Hey, this week saw a very special home video release for Scooby-Doo. I know I'm not the first to cover it, but might as well share in the good news. Last year we finally got the beautiful restoration of Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, restored from the original film elements, on Blu-ray at last from Warner Archive. But there was one main disappointment. It seemed either Warner or Warner Archive didn't think the film would sell well enough on its own, and thus paired it with the 2019 film Return to Zombie Island. This has a lot of problems. First, despite how it may seem, Return is not a sequel to Zombie Island. It is the second in an unrelated trilogy that you need to watch the rest of first, and the other two are not on Blu-ray, and definitely not on this release or even acknowledged. Second, fans hate Return with a burning passion, especially lovers of Zombie Island. Third, by having two movies, the cover art for Return shares a large chunk of the Blu-ray cover, heavily cropping the iconic and beloved cover art for Zombie Island. It's not the worst issue in the world. You can just pretend Return isn't there and not watch it, but people felt Zombie Island still deserved better. Well, it seems Speaking with Our Money proved just that, as this week we got an actual re-release entirely on its own in a new collector's edition. This is Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, Terror Time Collector's Edition. The subtitle is of course taken from the iconic song from the film, Terror Time. As an extra little bit of spice, the new Blu-ray menu actually plays the song as the menu music to tie in, rather than being mute. So what do we get with this release that makes it worthwhile? First of all, I'm sure you might wonder about any quality upgrade. After all, the Blu-ray last year had two movies on one disc, and famously had a glitch visually in one frame that happened from the film grain removal process and wasn't fixed. Well, if you were hoping for any big change regarding that, you're out of luck here. Being on a BD25 disc and not BD50, the movie is virtually identical in quality compared to the 2024 Blu-ray. You are getting the exact same viewing experience with no upgrade at all, for better or worse. And that does also mean that the glitch on the 2024 Blu-ray's transfer was not addressed. If you know about that issue and it bothers you, it is not fixed on this release either. Beyond the glitch, that's not an issue though. The restoration is still beautiful and I doubt it could look too much better. It's just not different from the prior presentation if you expected that. The same goes for the audio, which remains the same 2.0 master audio mix. What's really different here and will sell you on it or be enough to pass on are the extras and presentation. First, obviously the iconic cover art is back to being our only visual, as it should be, on the front. But unlike the majority of Warner Archive releases, this even has a special slipcover as well, which is really nice. Similarly, we've upgraded from the boring and blank disc art to some actual art on the disc, even if it's just a screenshot. Another similar upgrade we never really get from Archive visually is the inside art of the cover, which also actually has artwork to it rather than being blank. Another very nice addition, including the chapter list on it. One kind of really bad thing is that there is a typo in the credits on the back here where it says Davidoy. That should be Davis. That's a really unfortunate typo. For true bonus features, the sole bonus on the 2024 Blu-ray is retained, which is the original and lengthy trailer for the movie, if you care about that.
Maybe it's real.
So come along with Scooby and all the gang in their most frightening mystery ever. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Because this time, the monsters are real. The true new additions came to us by way of Scooby historian Matt Dugan, in which we get an entirely new audio commentary track that you can choose to play over the movie and learn about trivia and so on with. To complement it, you also get an actual physical booklet, something we once again really don't get from Warner Archive releases, which details further the history and creation of the movie, by way of Dugan's writing. That about does it for anything truly new about this release. So really, this is actually a collector's edition, because if you have the 2024 Blu-ray and only care about the movie, you might as well stick with that. There isn't any upgrade here, at least as far as the movie, and new bonuses are not all that substantial. But if you're a collector like myself, and you like having better packaging and some new features, you might want to pick this up. I feel like this is an easier sell than most when it comes to re-releases just because it's this movie, and that's clearly why Archive did this re-release. Someone higher up realized this film in fact can still sell all by itself even now in the modern day. So if you were curious about this release, hopefully this answers the main questions anyone might have about it. It's not every day we get a fancy release for the franchise like this to highlight, and who knows, if it sells well, we could end up with other similar releases. That's about all we have to show on this one, so I'll see you around if you choose to have me.
You hear the screeching of an owl, you hear the wind begin to howl. You know there's zombies on the prowl, and it's terror time again. They've got you running through the night. It's terror time again, and you just might die of fright. Come on, I dare you. Rule first. Not chicken, are you, old buddy, old pal?